Welcome students, this is 13th lecture of reproduction in lower and higher animals. In previous lecture you have studied embryonic development, that is cleavages, blastulation, implantation. Now in this lecture we are going to study about the process of gastrulation. After blastulation, embryo enters into the next phase, that is gastrulation. During gastrulation, blastula converts into the gastrula and this phenomenon is called as gastrulation. The process of formation of gastrula from blastocyst is called as gastrulation. During gastrulation, three germ layers are formed by the differentiation of blastomeres. The blastomeres get differentiated into three germ layers. Which are these three germ layers? That is endoderm, innermost germ layer, mesoderm, middle germ layer, and ectoderm, that is outermost germ layer. These three germ layers are formed during the gastrulation phase. Then morphogenic movements and rearrangement of the cells results into the formation of gastrula. The various changes occurs during gastrulation, that is gastrulation begins in the embryoblast cells. See here again, these are the embryoblast cells of the blastula. This is blastula. This diagram is of blastula. It get converted into gastrula. During formation of gastrula, the various changes occurs in blastula. See here, in blastula there is presence of embryoblast cell towards embryonal end. These embryoblast cells show presence of bunch of 32 or more than 32 cells. Out of these, the lower layer of this blastula is called as hypoblast and upper layer of this blastula is called as epiblast. So epiblast is the upper layer whereas lower layer is called as hypoblast. Hypoblast get converted into yolk sac. It get mitotically divides. It grows downwards towards the blastocells. This cavity is called as blastocell cavity. These cells grows downwards from this embryoblast cell, grows mitotically and forms a layer called as endoderm. From this endoderm, formation of yolk sac occurs. So the endoderm grows within blastocells and forms a sac-like structure, and this sac is called as yolk sac. So he see here, this is yolk sac which is formed from the hypoblast cells of the embryoblast or blastula. Then the cells of inner mass which are comes in contact with cells of robber in blastula. See here again, in blastula the cells of robber, that is the cells of trophoblast which are comes in contact with the embryoblast are called as cells of robber. So the cells of embryoblast cells which are in contact with the cells of robber are called as epiblast cell. These cells are called as epiblast cell. From epiblast cell, it get redivides to forms a cavity, and this cavity is called as amniotic cavity. See here, from this epiblast cell, amniotic cavity is formed, or from this hypoblast cell, this yolk sac get formed. So formation of yolk sac and formation of amniotic cavity occurs during gastrulation from epiblast and hypoblast cells of the blastula. The floor of this cavity has embryonal disc. See here again in this diagram, the floor of amniotic cavity, basal part of this amniotic cavity shows presence of embryonic endoderm, embryonal ectoderm, and the roof of this amniotic cavity shows presence of amnion. वरच्या साईडला काय असणार आहे, ॲम्निओन असेल आणि खालच्या साईडला एम्ब्रिओनल डिस्क असेल, वरच्या साईडला ॲम्निओन असणार आहे. व्हॉट इज ॲम्निओन? Amnion is the extra embryonic membrane that surrounds and protects the embryo. From this amnion, formation of extra embryonic membrane occurs which surrounds the embryo. The embryonal disc is positioned in between amniotic cavity and yolk sac. So in between these two cavities there is presence of the space, and this space shows presence of embryonal disc. It is first in bilayer form and then it converts into the trilayer form. The bilayer embryonic disc converts into tri-layer embryonal disc, and these three layers are ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Upper ectoderm, middle lower endoderm, and in between there is presence of mesoderm. So formation of three germ layers occurs during this phase of gastrulation. These three germ layers are ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm formed during gastrulation, and after gastrulation the embryo enters into the next phase, that is organogenesis. So within the gastrula there is presence of formation of three layers occurs, and these three layers are called as germinal layers: endoderm, ectoderm, and mesoderm. From this endoderm, ectoderm, and mesoderm, different organs are formed during further embryonic growth. So from first, that is endoderm, which organs are get formed? See here in this table. This table is taken from your textbook. See here, endoderm develops into which parts of the body formed from endoderm, which parts of the body get originated from the endoderm. These questions are very important from NEET examination point of view as well as CET examination. From endoderm, epithelium of midgut. All of you know the middle part of the alimentary canal, that is called as midgut. The epithelium of this midgut is formed from endoderm. Then glands of stomach. In stomach, gastric glands are present. In intestinal glands are also originated from this endoderm. Then the upper part of the respiratory tract, that is tongue, tonsil, lungs, trachea, bronchi. These are the parts of the respiratory tract up to the larynx. All these parts are also originated from this endoderm. So the parts of respiratory system originated from the endoderms are trachea, bronchi, larynx. Lungs are originated from endoderm. Then excretory system, the part of excretory system, that is urinary bladder, is originated from this endoderm. This is part of excretory system and it is originated from endoderm. Then vagina, it is the part of female reproductive system and which is also originated from this endoderm germ layer. In addition to this, liver, pancreas, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, thymus gland, all these endocrine as well as exocrine glands are originated from the endoderm. So all these questions are very important. These are the many multiple choice question, that is thymus is originated from, for example, thymus is originated from dash dash. Thymus is originated from endoderm. Then parathyroid gland is originated from also endoderm. These are the various short multiple choice questions. In addition to this, eustachian tube, epithelium of urethra and lining of middle ears are also formed from endoderm. Then next germ layer, that is mesoderm. What is the fate of mesoderm? Mesoderm develops into following parts, that is all the body muscles are developed from the mesoderm except iris muscles of the eyes and ciliary muscles of the eyes are originated from ectoderm. All the other muscles are developed from mesoderm. Then connective tissue of body are developed from this mesoderm. Dermis of the skin get developed from this mesoderm, whereas epidermis is developed from the ectoderm. Then adrenal cortex, adrenal gland, it is the gland present on the kidney, it is endocrine gland. It shows presence of two parts, that is adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. The cortex part of the adrenal gland get developed from this mesoderm, whereas adrenal medulla is formed from ectoderm. Then heart is originated from mesoderm. Blood vessels, lymphatic vessels are originated from mesoderm. Then see here, the only middle ear part is originated from mesoderm and inner and external ear, outer ear is formed from this ectoderm. Then dentine of the teeth is originated from mesoderm, whereas enamel of the teeth is originated from ectoderm. So each and every part is developed from different germ layers. You must remember that the parts of every organ derived from which germ layer. Then urinary bladder, urinary tract as well as reproductive tract or ducts which are originated from this mesoderm. In addition to this very important part, you have studied in male and female reproductive system, that is gonads, that is ovaries and testes are originated from this mesoderm. Then kidney are originated also from the mesoderm. Sclera and choroid, these are the layers of the eyes, are originated from this mesoderm, that is middle germ layer. So what is the fate of mesoderm? All these organs are formed from mesoderm, is the fate of mesoderm. Then next germ layer, that is ectoderm. See here, the outermost germ layer is called as ectoderm. It gives rise to epidermis. Before that you have studied that is dermis is originated from mesoderm. Here epidermis is originated from ectoderm. Then hair, nails, sweat gland, salivary gland, mammary gland, lacrimal gland as well as sebaceous glands are present just near the skin. Therefore all these glands are originated from the ectoderm. Then cornea of the lens, cornea of the eyes, lens, retina and conjunctiva of the eyes are developed from ectoderm. Then nasal epithelium is developed from this ectoderm. Enamel of the teeth, it is the hardest substance of the teeth which is originated from this ectoderm, whereas dentine of the teeth is originated from mesoderm. Then internal and external ear is originated from ectoderm, whereas middle ear is originated from endoderm. Then next part, that is foregut and hindgut, that is anterior part of the alimentary canal and posterior part of the alimentary canal originated from ectoderm, whereas middle part of the alimentary canal originated from endoderm. Then see here again, adrenal gland shows presence of two parts, adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. Here adrenal medulla is formed from ectoderm. Then anterior and posterior pituitary gland, that is the entire pituitary gland is originated from ectoderm. Pineal glands, which is sensitive or reads the temperature of the body, it is originated from ectoderm. And entire nervous system, that is central nervous system, peripheral nervous system and autonomous nervous system, all these parts of the nervous systems are originated from ectoderm. So you must remember different organs arises from which germ layers, and these are the different fates of endoderm, mesoderm and ectoderm respectively. Thank you.